Ladies, what's up, man? Listen, it's your boy Buckwheat. Welcome to the Buck With Me show. This is going to be the V-Day edition, man. We got a beautiful young lady, EzzMarie, in the house tonight. What up, bro?
What up? What up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you feeling today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah? You ready to have fun with this day?
I am excited. I'm happy to be here.
Now, the reason I have my girl EzzMarie with me today is because she has her own podcast, which is called TextToMyExxx.
Yes, 3 X's.
Now, what is your podcast about?
So basically, we have 4 different segments, but it started off as being just, like it's called Text to Your Ex. You anonymously write in, you tell me if you got something that you need to get off your chest that you never got a chance to say. A lot of therapists use it as like a coping mechanism. They'll say, hey, write something down, rip it up, throw it away, but don't actually send it to the person, right? So got my brain, think about how many times you sit at home and you've had a shitty situation and, them girls will like sit there and be like, and they want to send it, but then it's like kind of a funny thing. Like, men ain't reading them paragraphs, girl. They're not. So, but you can still get it off your chest. And so I thought, okay, I was like, I'll read it anonymously and it can help people that might be going through the same thing,
Right.
So, and then we have another segment, Question of the Week. I just ask relationship-based questions that I want people's opinions on. They give their opinions. I read them out loud. Then I do question and answer. Like if you need some advice, relationship advice, you ask me whatever. I'll give you the best advice I can, and you take it and do with what you will. And then the newest segment that I want to do is Paragraph to My Partner. I feel like we all kind of think dating nowadays sucks. Let's be real. And, there's a lot of negative around it, but I do think that there needs to be shedding like positive light because there are good relationships out there. So I want people to write in like, a paragraph to their partner. What do they love and appreciate about their partner? What makes them love their relationship so much? Just to kind of give people some hope. So
that's a positive look.
Yeah.
Not so much on the negative side that we get all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm glad you're on this show today, girl, because we're going to get in it today. Now, of course, this is the V-Day edition, right?
Yes.
And this is the funny thing. I remember working at the radio station. I'm from the country. I'll be like, it's Valentine's Day. Buckley, that ain't how you say it. And, I get clowned for it. So if I say Valentine's Day, fuck you.
Let him live his life.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness. So let's do that. Let's kick this thing off, man. How do you usually like to celebrate V-Day?
Ooh, that's kind of a tough question because this will probably be year 13 that I have not celebrated Valentine's. Listen, no, I swear to God, everything. But this is why. And this is why I'm open about things on my podcast is because I have either dated someone that was playing games and unfortunately I was tolerating some not good behavior and I didn't get, it's the same old, like, oh, he ain't spent a V-Day with you, you ain't his. You know what I'm saying? And then I had a couple of situations where, if you freshly start getting to know somebody and it's too soon to celebrate Valentine's, it's like the luck of the draw, I guess, for me. But yeah, but if I could pick a picture perfect way to celebrate it, right? I don't know. I'm pretty simple. I'm more quality time. So like we could really do anything. You don't got to spend a bunch of money and all that, all the foo-foo flowers and chocolate and all that shit. I don't really care.
So then that brings me to this. Do you prefer chocolate or flowers?
Chocolate.
Really?
Flowers die, bro. It's a waste. It's dirtying up my kitchen. I don't like it.
Would you be keen to have a V-Day card?
Yeah, I think that words of affirmation are nice because, you shouldn't need just one day to celebrate your partner or whoever you're dating. So if there's things throughout the year that you've noticed that, maybe you want to express to me, that's nice. I like that.
So you'd be down if we went to Cheesecake Factory and had a V-Day dinner?
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
Come on now, because we've seen this on the
Oh,
socials.
yeah.
Ladies say, don't take me here. I'm better than this. Bitch, don't take your ass around.
I think I thought that whole thing was ridiculous. I'm going to be honest. I thought it was ridiculous. I think that it's the thought that counts. It's not how much money someone has to put in to show you that. I mean, of course, if someone wants to do something nice for you, awesome, and that's great. But not everybody has the means at the moment, and that don't mean that they can't celebrate you in a casual way. Like, I think there's nothing wrong with it at all.
I will say this. If you're trying to, in the beginning stage of dating a woman, I would say be creative with it. I will say that.
Yeah.
Because like old school people like, oh, let's go to the movies or let's go have dinner, like very simple stuff. Nowadays, women, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, they want the man to be a little bit more extra.
Yeah.
Now, do I agree with that? To a certain point. Because the thing is, if you're dating, you're going to see the same thing. Movies, dinner. Like, give me something that's going to arouse me, I would say.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming when I say this, and correct me if I'm wrong, I understand you're saying how you keep it simple, but if you take that as an extra step, you be like, okay, I might got something.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Like if a dude wants to go the extra mile, that's awesome because yeah, he's trying to put his best foot forward, but I don't think that men should be held to a certain standard to where they have to go above and beyond when they barely even know somebody or, like the whole dating, like girls expect these extra dates, as you were saying. I don't agree. I think you can do something a lot more meaningful, and it's going to show me that you're more interested in something, moving with intention. That phrase we love throwing around, dating with intention, moving with intention. You can show me that without spending $500 on a dinner.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? That's just me, though. A lot of females, they think I'm a little pick-me, They like, oh, you just pick. No, I think, Because think about it. If a dude has to spend and pay for these expensive dates every time he's trying to get to know somebody, right? That's going to be very expensive for him because not everybody is his soulmate.
Correct.
So he has to figure out who his soulmate is. He's going to have to go on a lot of dates, and he's supposed to foot 500 bills every time? $500 bills? No.
Are you helping out with the bill?
I do on the first date. I offer to pay half.
Really?
That is a huge thing of mine.
Why? Because I'm going to tell you no.
I know, and that's fine. If a guy tells me no, like if he's like, absolutely not, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll let you. But I always offer because I feel like if we had a dinner, but then we wasn't really vibing or it just wasn't clicking for me, to me, I feel guilty that he had to spend all his money knowing he ain't never going to see me again. And that's just me keeping it real. Like, because again, men have to spend so much money to figure out who their person is and get to know women that like, if I'm not for you, and I know this after the first date, I would feel bad that you just had to spend $200 on our first date. That's just me. That's just me. And a lot of women feel, well, he invited me out, he should pay. And that can be their opinion. That can be their opinion. But now in a relationship, I will let him pay if he wants to, or, if we get to a more serious and he's like, no, I don't agree with the women paying. Okay, cool. But, here and there, I still want to go back and forth if he'll let me.
Okay, so then oh, man. I got two thoughts. I'm trying to figure out which avenue I want to go through right now. And I'm going to do it like this. What would be the dopest Valentine's dinner date for you?
The dopest. Like if a guy was like, okay, I want to put my best foot forward. I want to, okay.
Like plan it out from the beginning to the end.
Plan it out from the beginning to the end. All right.
And you gonna give him something at the end?
Depending. If I just met him, maybe not. But no, let's be real. No. But okay. Like if I had to pick a perfect Valentine's, if the guy and I had been talking for a little bit, I would think it'd be cool if he would send me, like, say, in the beginning of the week. Like, he knows Valentine's Day is coming up. He said, hey, I'm going to send you a little bit of money. Go get you a nice outfit.
Right.
I got something planned. Okay, cool. Because I don't try to shop for me because it may not fit. Okay? So, but maybe he wants me to have a special outfit for our night. Okay, cool. Tells me what time to be ready. Make sure that he plans where we're going to go. Okay, cool. Picks me up. We go to... Honestly, I'll eat anything. I'm a big bag. So whatever restaurant he want to go to, I'll go to because it's about both of us expressing love, right? So we go to whatever restaurant he want to go to. Then, what? I'll eat anything. Then after dinner, I would think it would be cool to go. I love the beach. I got you can't see it because I got my shirt on, but I got a half sleeve of the beach. It's very peaceful for me. So I think it would be cool to go maybe walk on a beach or just sit down and have really deep conversation. I'm a very intellectual person, sapiosexual, Yeah. So then after the beach, we go and maybe have a night together and sip on some little wine or something. I don't know. And, whatever happens, happens.
Okay, all right, I dig it. What's the first thing you look at when you meet a guy that you either have interest in?
Like physically or like equality-wise?
Either or.
Physically, I don't know, probably eyes. Eyes are really pretty.
You looking at a dude's eyes?
Yeah.
Before you look at anything else?
Or maybe like his style, I guess. If a guy don't know how to dress, it's a big turn off for me.
Right.
So yeah, probably his style, his eyes.
Okay.
Because I like a man that has good eye contact. That's very big for me. Yeah. So I'm gonna make sure you looking at me for me, and I'm looking at you for you. And I like if he got some pretty eyes. You know what I'm saying? A guy could get you with some eye contact, bro. I'll tell you that straight up.
You know what? I think women. It's so funny because when I'm talking to people in general, I look in their eyes.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I want you to know how it depends on the conversation. I want you to understand how serious I am.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at your eyes.
Yeah.
So if I'm talking to a woman, I'm definitely looking at her eyes. And some women feel uncomfortable with that. I'm like, I feel it's the way of connecting.
It's definitely like, and it's like balance, right? Like I struggled with eye contact from childhood stuff. And I always hate it when people say people don't keep eye contact, they're a liar, because that's not true. I was like, no, I struggle from trauma, but thank you. And so I dated this guy, and he was like, you know, he was big on eye contact. And then when I got more comfortable with it, I realized just how powerful it is, because especially on a spiritual level, like you're looking into their soul, in my opinion. So, but I mean, obviously, yeah, if you just staring, talking, like I'm gonna look at you kind of weird. Like, all right, we can break eye contact every once in a while, but yeah, but a good level of eye contact, yeah, I think it says a lot. So
why is it that women harp on V-Day so much? I mean, dudes, we go broke for y'all on V-Day, and we just did Christmas with y'all and Thanksgiving, spending family. Then V-Day is like the top of the year, and y'all want this whole ordeal. I'm like, can we just do some flowers, something simple?
yeah.
Why do women glorify it so much?
I think it kind of goes back to the same reason as why marriage, like the wedding, the dress, all that. It's kind of like how we're raised from little girls. Like it's made to be such a thing of, oh, that means your boyfriend likes you or loves you, or that means that your partner cares about you, your boyfriend, you know. So it's made to be this thing where it's like, oh, if my guy doesn't do that for me, that must mean he doesn't care.
Right.
And it's like, no, that doesn't necessarily mean that. You know, I think when you're a little younger, it's a little cuter and more important. And then as you get older, it's like, you got to think, if you're with someone for 20, 30, 40 years, I mean, come on. You know I fucking love you. Excuse me. Excuse my language. You know I love you, so I don't think it has to be like all out all the time. But I do think every girl kind of looks forward to that one experience. And also, we got to talk about social media. Social media does not help, because it makes it like, ooh, if they don't do this specific, you know, hotel room with the rose petals and the candles and it's not good enough, right? So, you know, I think everyone kind of just, the women at least, they have that like dream, that expectation of, oh, I've never received that. That's what I should get, you know? Right. So would it be nice to have at least once in life? Yeah, I think it'd be cool if a guy did that for me maybe once. But do I want it every year? No, because then it loses value, right?
It does. And if anybody's watching this right now, she's single, so V-Day is a few days upon us. So y'all want to get on her DM. She be looking, she be checking.
Oh, God.
And you just said something, and it's crazy, man. Like, in today's society, social media is really ruining relationships.
Completely obliterated.
And I know we're going to talk about, you know, your worst relationship in the past, and one of your final relationships. Why do you feel men or women get so caught up on socials? Like, prime example, my ex. I ain't gonna get into that. Why you never post me? Because, like, you gotta think, we're in the entertainment, we're in the nightlife.
Yeah.
I don't need everybody knowing my personal life.
Yep.
I need you to see the fun side. Yeah, I'll give you some personal stuff here and there.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes if you give somebody who you're dating, you have some vultures out there.
Yo, 1000%. Yeah.
And people could make stuff up. So,
yeah.
Have you ever had that situation affect you before?
It's funny you ask. In the last 13 years, like I said, I've had relationships. It just wasn't the most healthy. Right. But because of that, I mean, the last time I ever posted, I'm 33. The last time I ever posted
She put her age out there, y'all.
I ain't ashamed. That's okay.
I ain't even gonna ask her age.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm 33, and the last time I posted a man that I was dating on social media was I was 19. I was 20, and it was Facebook. And it takes a lot for me to take you serious enough to post you.
Right.
But then my relationship in 2022, we did get into a few arguments only because I was like, I thought so highly of him. He was the first healthy relationship I had, and I was like, well, you're posting everyone else, but like, why are you not posting me? And I didn't even expect to like, oh, let's do the cutesy pictures. Cause again, I don't do that, but you know, like you holding my hand, like it just shows that you're not showing me, but you're showing you're with someone.
Right.
So I think there's a difference between privacy and secrecy. And a lot of my exes was secret. And I think, you know, but I agree with you in the privacy aspect.
Right.
You don't need to know everything that's going on in my life. You don't need to know. I can show you I'm with someone without you needing to know who he is until I'm ready. And quite frankly, I'm not doing that until we're engaged. Because you're not going to have me looking stupid. I post you on social media and then we break up the next week. And I look at, no, we ain't doing all that. So, sorry. But I do think that social media, it's like it makes it such a, well, if you're not posting, you're trying to hide and you're trying to cheat. And while some people do that,
right.
I mean, look at Snapchat. They call that like the cheating app, right?
Yeah, they do.
So, but there's other signs that you can know if your partner's really just trying to be private or if they're trying to be secretive. But then you do have men, and I'm going to, just correct me if I'm wrong, if you've seen it. There's men who on social media, when you have all these, the problem with social media, we have all these different opinions, right? So people don't know exactly what's right and what's not. And you do have men promoting that if a man doesn't post you, he's not proud of you. So when you have men like this throwing that into the mix, it is going to get in women's heads. You just have to accept it. So it's like, social media it makes things confusing for everybody.
Funny you said Snapchat, because I'm sitting there thinking, because if you post on Snapchat, it's gone within 24 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then if you put it on stories, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
That's gone in 24 hours. Now, it's just funny because, you know, I've had people hit me up and be like, I think that's my boyfriend or girlfriend in the back scene talking to another girl. I'm like, how the fuck did you see that? I swear to God, women,
detectives.
Y'all are super detectives. Like, how do y'all even see stuff like that?
I don't care enough. I'm going to be so honest. I do not give a fuck. Like, if I feel like I can't trust you or you out here doing some fuck shit, guess what? The universe is going to place that shit in my lap. I don't have to go looking for it. It's been proven time and time again. Me and my sister both, we laugh all the time. Every time we found out something, it was placed in our lap. So I can't relate to those females that be, you know, let me look at let me zoom in.
Yes.
Like I can't.
You ain't got time for that.
And women that do that, no hate, no shade. It's nothing like that. But you have to do some self-reflection and some healing because you shouldn't even be in a position where you feel you need to do that. And if you are that way, maybe you shouldn't be with your person.
Well, maybe, what if the woman's insecure? Does that play a little part into it also?
That's what I'm saying. She needs to do some self-healing.
Right.
Like I think it is out of insecurity, 1,000%.
So could we say that's just from a bad relationship in the past to put that woman or man there?
Yeah.
Men are insecure too. Let's just
Yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all ain't innocent.
I don't think we talk about men being insecure as much as we do when it comes to women.
Agreed.
And the word narcissist is so. Pause. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Yo, welcome to the Buck With Me show. And today's guest, man, we EzzMarie. We're gonna pick up where we left off at. A narcissist.
Yeah.
Do you feel that this word is used way too much? Or there's truly are men that you dated in the past that is a narcissist?
Yes and yes. It is thrown around. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it.
And we're going to while we talk about narcissists, let's go ahead and throw in gaslighting.
Yes. Okay. So gaslighting is a type of thing that narcissists do.
Yes.
But I'm so tired of every woman, just because a man did you wrong, oh, he was a narcissist. No, the fuck he wasn't. Just because he cheated on you, Becky, that does not mean he was a narcissist. And the reason I get so worked up, one, I studied psychology because I wanted to be a forensic psychologist, so I do know a thing or two. I'm not just, pulling shit out my ass.
Right.
But two, I was 22 years old when I first encountered what I found out 5.5 years later was a narcissist. So for you to experience an actual narcissist and go through what I went through, it is an insult to the women who have dealt with it for you to just throw around because, oh, he lied to you a couple times and oh, he was playing you, that he's a narcissist. No, the fuck he wasn't, because if he wasn't, bitch, you would know it. And so, yeah, I don't play about that shit. I do. Oh, God. Because I went through hell. I went through hell with that person. And that was the only narcissist I've ever dated, encountered. And I've had tons of dudes that were cheating and lying and assholes and whatever. Right. But only one was a full-blown narcissist.
Okay, so give me a narcissist moment.
Oh, God, a moment?
Yes. Just because I think, like I said, gaslighting, narcissists get overly used. Yeah. Like you just said. And a lot of people, I've seen people actually have a debate on what a narcissist is.
And you can also, let me just clarify, you can manipulate and you can gaslight on two completely and not be a narcissist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and a lie is a lie.
Right. A lie. Yeah.
And you try to get out of a lie, that don't mean you're a narcissist or gaslight. You just
correct. A narcissist has a collective of behaviors that are consistent. And that's the thing. Like, so a narcissist is going to gaslight, manipulate. They're going to deflect. They're going to make you feel, they never do any wrong. Right. They're very self-internalized. Everything is to feed themselves. Everything is for their benefit. So it's like when you have someone who has a collective of different things that they do on a regular basis that would speak to narcissism, that's one thing. But if you just have a man who just loves to gaslight you, he just loves to fucking gaslight you. Sucks. He's toxic. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's, yeah. But, yeah, so I can't really say like a specific moment other than like he, if you know damn good and well that, yeah, no, I can't narrow it down to a moment. Like narcissism is just, it's a collective of things. Right. But now gaslighting is like, hey, this is literally you in this picture at the club last night. And you're telling me, no, it isn't. And it's like, it's literally you. And you're like, now, why would you be so crazy as to go look on Instagram and just see that I'm at the club? Like, only a crazy person would do that. And it's like, so now you're trying to flip it on me.
Gotcha.
Because you're caught and you're trying to deflect. And it's like, no. Just own the fuck up and just say, I was there and I lied to you. Like, you're
that's
caught.
That's a good example. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Because that's what they'll do. But I mean, I've been through hell way worse than that. That's petty shit.
That is petty. What's your worst relationship, and then follow that up with what's been one of your greatest relationships?
So the narcissist was the worst.
Okay, I had a feeling that's what's going to be that.
Yeah, and the only reason I say that is because I was so young.
Right.
He was older. He knew what he was doing. Number one, and then number two, it's a very slow process of mentally breaking someone down to where you don't even recognize who you are anymore. You don't you literally start to think that you are crazy. And so it's like, it was just such a slow process, and I couldn't believe that I got myself wrapped up. And by the time I realized what was happening, it was so hard to get away or to break free or to get that, to basically retrain your brain to not think the way that it had thought for so long of like what's normal behavior.
Right.
To accept something healthy into your life. So I luckily got out of it. It was fine. And I moved on, had a couple shitty relationships after that, but it's okay. And then my best relationship was the one in 2022. Well, I take that back. I guess that was the most healthy relationship after all the shitty ones. But the one that I had at 19 when I was young, he was a great guy. Right. I just, I was too young and I wasn't ready for what he was ready for. But the one I had in 2022, he set the bar pretty fucking high. Like, you ain't coming that correct, bitch. You can stay out of my way. Like, and I fucked that one up. So that was my fault. So it's like, and we're still good friends. Right. I'm good friends with him and his new girl.
Pause.
I am.
Did you just say with him and his new girl?
Yes.
How the fuck?
I wish I have my phone, I would show you. Me and her were talking last night. I realized, which I think, no offense, women, don't take this offensively.
Probably not to.
I think that a lot of people, a lot of women you're so hell-bent on why this person doesn't want to be with you, instead of realizing maybe they were not meant to be your lover, they were meant to be your friend. Like, just because you think they're such a great person and like, why isn't this working out and why am I not good enough or whatever, it's like, it's not that. They just may not be your person, and it's okay to still be friends with them. You have to build a friendship, and you can be cool with them and not be jealous or in competition with their next, or, you know, like, I don't know. I think that a lot of people don't agree with being friends with their ex, but it's because they don't want to look at it at like a mature level.
Mm-hmm.
And with him, I just realized he was not meant to be my person. He was meant to be my friend. He's still a really good asset to my life. He's a really positive person. And then I met his girl, and I was like,
where did y'all meet up? I'm still stuck on that part.
Where did we meet?
Was it like he called you up like, hey, listen, I'm with my new girl, and hey, well, yeah, come on through, EzzMarie.
Well, I knew he had started dating someone new because I was still in that phase of like, I didn't know if we were supposed to maybe get back together down the road, like right. I needed to grow, or if we were just supposed to know. And so he just called me up, you know, we're friends, but I, you know, obviously it was a little more.
Right.
And he just, you know, he said, hey, you know, I do want to give this girl a shot. Like, she seems like a dope person, and I think that it's fair to give her a shot, and we have to set some boundaries. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. I'm really happy for you. And I told him, I said, I'm not ready to meet her yet. I'm not there yet, but I think I can get to that point one day. And then, like, I don't know, like 3-4 months later, I was comfortable with it. And I was like, I forgot, where did we meet? Oh, we met out to watch a sport. We went and watched, I think it was basketball.
Okay.
At Yard House. And we had a great time. We hung out for like 7 hours. It was great. We watched basketball. We bar hopped. Me and her talked like the whole time. Like, I loved her, like, from the jump. And we've been friends ever since.
This is crazy.
Why?
This is crazy. Because it's this. Okay, first of all, you don't hear that often. Let me say that first. That, you know, you meet somebody, your ex's new significant other, one. Mm-hmm. And then the old cliche thing is that men and women can't just be friends. They have to be like some type of relationship in the past. I'm like, bro, you can have a sexy female friend and just be friends.
Yeah, I think, but with that, I mean, I can't be naive, right? There's a little bit of truth to what some people might say to that, and I'm not going to discredit that because I'm not in his brain. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not thinking like him. But where the boundaries come in is I will never hang out with him one-on-one without her, because number one, who knows if he would think like that and try something. I don't think he would.
Right.
But, you know, I'm not even going to give him a chance. And then number two, I have so much respect for her. I wouldn't want to give her a thought or make her think that there's anything going on. So yes, we can continue this friendship, but it will be, I'm hanging out with you two. Now, does he text me every once in a while and tell me shit? Of course. And, you know, I'm not worried about it because she can read the text messages, you know, so, but yeah, I think that's just where the boundaries come in, and respect, you know, respect for the other partner. I'm not a shitty person, so I would never try to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess I just expect everyone to think like me.
Right.
But they don't.
They don't.
It's a fact.
It's super fact. True dark. But no, it's crazy because, like, when I'm watching the socials and, you know, the drama that happens on TV, and then you have the married man, and then you have the side chick, and she gives no fucks about messing around with the married man. And you just have women like that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me. It's just like, he's married. Why are you so keen on trying to holler at this married man?
Because she's not healed and she don't know her worth. That's what it is. These women will talk a big talk about, no, it's easier for me because I get the best out of it and all this stuff. No, bitch, you're hurting. Go heal. You're broken. Fix it.
But they don't know how to do it.
Figure it out. I figured it out. I have been dogged out, broken. I have been all kinds of shit, and I don't go around treating people like shit. You know why? Because I took the proper time to heal.
Right.
And I will say this: one of my exes who turned out to be a piece of shit after that narcissist, even though I do have to give credit where it's due. He is the one who gave me the confidence that I have that can never be broken. Once you get to that healing and that confident part of yourself, it'll never be broken. And so that's where, but people don't want to put in the work to get to that.
True.
So,
I had a girl that I was dating, and she said I was not emotionally something. I can't remember exactly what it was on her level. And I'm thinking, how more emotionally can I be towards you if you're going through something and I'm telling you to talk to me about what's going on? And I'm literally sitting on the couch, you're like, holding you, talk to me. She's like, that wasn't enough. I'm like, how much more could I possibly do to connect with you, to be on your level and understand what you're going through?
If you're asking to talk to me
emotional
about
intelligence, that's what she just said. That's what it was.
But if you are if you're giving her a safe space to speak about it and she's choosing not to speak about it,
right? I
would say she's the one lacking the emotional intelligence. That's just my opinion. I mean, obviously there's two sides to every story, but of course. I'm just saying, like, if he's, what more can you do? You're offering to talk about it. You're giving a safe space. Now, if you were to say, I don't have time to deal with this right now, then it's like, okay, yeah, I could see her. But it's like, if you tried, she's choosing not to speak on it. I mean, I had to work with my daughter on that. I had to work with her. Like, I can't help you if I don't know what's wrong. You have to be able to open up a little bit. And then over time, she finally understood, okay, well, I'm not going to get anywhere if I don't tell her what's going on.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I didn't even know that was a thing to have the way she said, well, your emotions not intelligently there. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I
think what she meant to say was, you're not a mind reader. I need you to be a mind reader.
That's how I took it too. And that's exactly how I took it. I'm like,
no, use your words. Be an adult. Talk about it.
Talk about it.
And if it's a person you're supposed to feel confident with. Now, if she don't really know you like that, then I could see why she wouldn't want to open up. Okay, cool. But like, if you're saying that I'm supposed to be someone that should be emotionally intelligent enough, and then I'm trying, and then you're not giving me anything, what the fuck do you want me to do?
I love. So I'm going to give you something real quick.
Okay.
If you had to deal with a relationship in the future, would you want a good relationship? Equal out, he's going to be boring. Would you want a bad relationship, which is unpredictable? Or would you deal with a toxic relationship, which is unhealthy?
Oh my God.
And the reason I ask this question is because there's also a conversation that we've seen on the socials. Women don't want a good guy because it's boring.
Oh my God.
And they never deal with a bad boy or a toxic situation because the excitement is there.
Ryan, I know you're going to laugh at this. My bestie Ryan. Oh my God, I battle with him on a daily about this topic. This is no exaggeration. We talk every day. We're talking all the way here. Because he's a pessimist about love, and I'm not. I'm an optimist, and he's, you good women, you don't like, you go for the bad guys, and then the good guys, they get screwed over, and it's just a whole.
We do. Continue. My bad.
No. I'm trying to think of what I like. God. I don't think.
Oh, get your thoughts together. Get it together, girl.
I don't think it's that we like boring. I think what it is because I've been, if a guy's overly nice or does too much in the beginning, it does kind of rub me the wrong way. Not because I don't like good, right? But it's kind of like, okay, it sends red flags of, it almost seems like, okay, are you doing all this because you're love bombing me? Are you doing all this because you're desperate, because you just want someone to stick around, which that to me tells me you need to get through some trauma, like you have abandonment issues, like you want me to be so close to you so quickly, or, I think guys have to kind of find the balance of, like, you can be respectful but also not seem like a bitch. And I don't mean that in like a rude way. I'm not trying to sound rude, but it's like, if I think I can walk all over you, that's unattractive to me.
Mm-hmm.
And men are supposed to be the providers, the protectors, the leaders, right? If that's what you're looking for. Some girls like beta males or like men that like to let the woman take the lead. But if we're talking about women who like the leaders and protectors and the alpha males and whatever, if you initially are trying so hard and being so nice and so overly this, I'm going to think, you seem like the kind of guy that I can walk all over. That's not a leader. That's not someone I would go to for protection. That's not. And I think that's kind of where it gets misconstrued. I don't think it's necessarily that women don't like good guys or that they think they're boring, but some guys just give that vibe off. Now I'm talking about the beginning stages.
Right.
Now when you're in a relationship and you've been there and you've gotten to the point of your dating and you're living together, to say you get bored, I don't think it's because it's a good guy. I think they're maybe bored because couples don't communicate on how to like keep that fiery ness going.
Right.
And that's on both parties. That's not, so I don't know. I don't think I would.
So then what you picking, EzzMarie, is going to be good, bad, or toxic. Let's go, motherfucker.
I don't want to pick good.
I know you want to pick good. So let's just be biased. Good. But let's get back to that. Is it going to be bad or toxic?
But I have been told that I deal with toxic.
There we go. Now we're speaking the truth.
Like the last guy I talked to, toxic. But I was like wanting it to be so good. And it just was toxic. So.
You know what? Let's talk about toxic and then let's talk about Valentine. What y'all call it? When women get together, y'all single?
Valentine.
Yeah, Valentine. We gonna tap in that right after this. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Buckwheat, and you are now tuned in to the Buck With Me podcast. Yo, welcome back. I'm sorry. We got EzzMarie in the building right now. It's a Buck With Me show.
I'm driving him nuts.
Oh, yo, we having a good time right now. And the crazy part, we about to run this back again with other people because at the end of the day, everybody has a viewpoint about how relationships should be, the experience they've dealt with in the past. Yeah. What are you looking for right now? Is it a man or a woman? I will ask you something, but we might do that off the camera. Because this is it. It's like, okay.
You know I'm an open book.
I know you are.
I talk about anything. I do not care.
Do girls hit on you?
Yeah. Well, I'm bi. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew this. I knew she was bi. Let me say this first.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you know that?
No, I knew this already because I know you.
Yeah. I'll never forget the first time a girl hit on me at a gas station. I was like...
At a gas station?
Yeah, she was working and I don't know. I was about to drive to St. Louis, as a matter of fact. I was just getting some gas. I guess I looked cute. And she hit on me and I was like... and I'm in the car. I still have the video. Because I recorded a little story. And I said, you guys... She's so I didn't know how to react. I was so flabbergasted.
You know what? I will save that for another conversation. We'll save that for later. So we was talking about toxic.
Yeah.
And we're gonna jump into like single ladies getting together for B-Day and whatnot. If you see that the toxic relationship is coming, why do you think women continue to stay in that relationship?
I think, and again, like you were saying, we can only go off of our own experiences,
right.
But I think it's more so that they pretend to be someone that they're not in the beginning, and this goes both ways, guys and girls. You pretend, and you put on a show, you put on your representative. That's why I try to tell people, you got to give them 3 months before, because you can only hold up a facade for so long. And I think, unfortunately, when someone pretends to be something that you're looking for a while in the beginning, you start to build on, what's that word? Potential. And you get so hooked on that mentally. And then once this toxic behavior does start, you tell yourself, oh, maybe it's just that one time. Maybe they're just going through a rough phase. Maybe it's just this. Maybe I can fix them or help them or, whatever. You try to tell yourself so many things. So you tolerate the toxic behavior. And then it gets to a point where everyone has a breaking point. And you're like, I can't do this anymore, And I think with age and growth and healing and knowing your worth and confidence and all that plays a part into how long you're going to tolerate that toxicity. But yeah, that's kind of how I think people get wrapped up into it, unfortunately.
Are you toxic?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
How do you know?
And I'm so confident in that.
How do you know?
Because I guess it's like, and this is kind of sad to say, we gonna go deep, I guess. I've experienced so much toxicity from such a young age, whether it was family, friends, relationships. I knew what it was like to get to feel how I was being treated. So I could never understand why people would do the things that they do. And I always promised myself I would never, I just don't move that way. I just can't. I think the only thing I was ever toxic with, which what I worked on, was the drinking. Like, I think, and that was the ex I fucked up with. He was a great guy. And I was putting myself in toxic situations because of my drinking. And he was the only person at 31 years old to finally set me straight and say, yo, I don't know who the fuck you've been dealing with in your life, but like nobody has sat you down and been like, this is a problem and you need to seriously fix it. And I did, and I'm thankful for that, obviously. But I would say that was probably the only toxic thing for me. Like, I would either put myself in bad situations by myself when I'd go out drinking and just, whatever, or I would, text emotional stupid shit when I drink and then regret it the next day. And I'm like, fuck. So maybe that's the only toxic thing I could say. But I worked really hard on that. So I don't think I'm toxic.
Okay.
But, maybe.
I wouldn't say you're toxic. I mean, I've seen you out. We've seen each other hang out. So I wouldn't even go there. I'm just fucking with you, though. With V-Day, happening around the corner, single women are getting together, and you guys call it Galentine's.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did this come from? It's just funny to because the thing is, it's like, if you're single, y'all get together, have a good time. Now I feel like y'all put a label on every fucking thing now.
I'm gonna be honest, I was just as confused as you were a couple years ago until my homegirl did it for me. I was like, wait, what? This is a thing? I told you, 13 years no Valentine. I had never known.
You gotta change this.
I know. I'll wait for the right person, but. Yeah, she all of a sudden was like, oh, we're not doing nothing, She was single, I was single. And she got me this whole basket and, like, did all this stuff and invited me over. And, we ate and watched movies. And I was like, I didn't know this was a thing, but thank you. Like, I feel horrible. I didn't get you anything I didn't know. And she's like, yeah, girl, like, single girls do this. I said, okay, news to me. So it was sweet, I guess. I guess it's like, for the girls that, they go through... it is kind of hard. You got to admit, like, it is kind of tough, I think, for some women who have never experienced the cutesy shit that we see on social media. Mm-hmm. And then, everyone's out with their cute little couples, and it can be, it kind of sucks. No one likes to be lonely, right? So I think it was kind of a positive thing for females to do with each other. But I do think, I see what you're saying, like, they'll make up a word for, like, anything. But yeah, so like on Valentine's, if you're single and you have some girlfriends you want to go spend time with and show love to each other, like, go right ahead. It's not really my thing. I'm not as girly in that sense. Right. But sure, whatever floats your boat. And then for men, we got Steak and BJ Day, I promote that. I think it's a great thing.
I think it's funny because this is what you guys do for ladies. What do we do for men? Well, we just get the homies get together and we go to a strip club or something?
Yes, do it. Get you some wings, go to the strip club, see some titties and ass. Hell yeah. I am all for it.
If the service was out there for single women, and I'm going to look at the camera when I say this. If you're a single woman, would you rent a boyfriend for the day or for the night or whatever, for B-Day?
You think I'm paying for that shit? Was that a serious question? No offense to any lady that would. If you got family you want to impress, more power to you, sis. If you got an event you got to go to, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh my God.
I'm not spending my hard-earned money on that shit.
Okay.
I'd rather be alone. I'm okay.
So you'll do the whole gala thing with the girls and have a good time?
Yeah, if they wanted to, I'd be down, I guess. Yeah.
All right. So I have this one more question before we wrap this thing up. And you can put this in the order that you feel how you want to put it. And dealing with a relationship, are you looking for spirituality and emotional, mentally, somebody to be there for you, or physically to be there for you?
Spiritually.
That should go to?
That's my number one, because I kind of feel, and it may sound cliche or stupid, but I feel when we're spiritually aligned, like all that other stuff's going to fall into place. So, and physically is a thing that's different for everybody. Some people are more pro sex positivity. Some people are more reserved. And so for me, just what fits like what I'm aligned with, it's like, yeah, spiritually it's got to come first.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So text to my ex.
Yes.
It was called something else.
Yeah. It originally was letters to my ex. And then I found out, well, not found out, but I just kind of felt like, text to my ex is a little more modern. And we ain't out here writing letters to each other no more. Not. So I was like, that's probably more catchy to do text to my ex. So
you really actually get a lot of text messages or however they get in contact with you?
Yeah, it used when it first popped off. Yes, it was a lot. People were sending all kinds of funny shit. So I was just like, well, it was actually funny, sad, mad. It was all kinds of different dynamics. But then it got more into the questions and advice and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I like it all. It's great. Yeah.
What was the craziest text that you ever gotten?
Like sent in?
For sent in, yeah.
Ooh. The craziest one was probably
the most funniest one, the most entertaining one.
This guy, he titled it Amber Turd. And he said that he had an instance with a female. Obviously I'm not going to go into too many details, but you can kind of get the gist. They got a little busy. Some stuff happened on the sheets. And he was just kind of like, this isn't like truffle butter. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like...
Doo-doo brown!
Yeah, like, it's a little bit much. Like, this is almost on purpose. And so he ghosted her, or whatever. And then I guess he had her on Snap and he forgot. And then a year later... Like, he had talked to his group of friends about it, laughing, And then a year later, he shared the memory to his friend group. And I guess someone said to him, you should reach out again. Or I don't even know why he reached out to her again. And then he had her over. And then she didn't leave it on the bed this time. But then she went in the bathroom and wiped, I guess, one of his towels. So she has this fetish, clearly. And I'm like, but bro, it's your fault for putting yourself in that position again. Why did you do that? So yeah, it was the most bizarre thing. I was just like, and you really sent this in. Like, you really wanted people to know this. But Jesus. Whatever.
Jesus. EzzMarie, jeez.
Yeah.
All right, so make sure y'all check out her show, Text to My Ex, and this is going to be the finale question right here. Since your show is about text to my ex, would you ever get back with an ex?
I would get back with an ex situationship that I struggled to get over if he decided to get his shit together. But not an ex relationship, no.
It's interesting how you just said situationship, because I feel like that's something that you guys use a lot right now. It's either a relationship, and now we got situationship. If I'm going to have you around, with that being said, we got fuck buddies, we got side, why is it situationship? I feel like this is such a new word. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's either I'm in a relationship with you or I'm not.
So I think, I actually am glad they created the word because, I've had friends with benefits in the past and
there you go. Benefits.
It was very cut and dry. There was no feelings involved. It was very like, we just hit each other up. If we're available, cool. If not, I was never jealous. I didn't give a fuck what he was doing on his own time type shit. But then this situation, feelings were somehow got involved. Mm-hmm. And, you could tell there was more than just friends with benefits. But at the same time, he wasn't willing to commit. I wasn't willing to just be, once my feelings are invested, we're either doing this or we're not. Right? I ain't got time to waste. Like I said, I'm 33 years old. So, and he had a lot of qualities that I was looking for. So I was like, okay, well, if you're not really going to do this, then we need to just separate because this is now getting toxic. Like, you say you don't want a relationship, but you kind of acted a little bit more than friends with benefits.
There it is.
So therefore it's like, okay, if you don't want me, then you can't act certain ways. You're not going to blow up my phone when I don't answer. Sorry, you don't get that privilege. You're not my man. So it's just kind of like, if you're going to act like you have feelings involved, you either step the fuck up and do this, or we need to separate. So, it wasn't that he was a bad person, but I think that he was on some bullshit a little bit. I think he still wanted to be a hoe, and that's okay. That's okay. Do your thing. But just don't wrap me in your bullshit when you already know that my feelings are now invested.
Got you.
You know, so yeah. But I wouldn't go back to an ex relationship. In fact, the guy, don't kill me, Gavin. I love you so much. Don't kill me. If you see this, the guy that I said was a great relationship that I fucked up and I love his girlfriend. I see why we did not work. It just, we would have broke up inevitably. We would have, because I love him to death, but there's certain things he would have did that would have got on my nerves.
That part.
So I wouldn't go back even to him, and he was a great guy. So.
EzzMarie, thank you, boo.
Thank you for having me.
For coming by. I hope you had a great time today.
I had a great time. Did you have a great time?
Oh, yeah, of course. I know you. So, you know, this is how we get down anyways.
I know, but, people get sick of me talking too much. Listen, I'm okay with it.
Shout out to my girl, EzzMarie. TextToMyExxx. Make sure y'all check her out. If you want to follow her, you see it already on the page. So, let's get it in. Welcome to the Buck With Me show. Shout out to Ben Media Lounge for holding down. And, of course, Ford Media. We out.
And cut. Buck With Me podcast, clap it up. Yay! This episode of the Buck With Me podcast is brought to you by Forward Media and the Benton Media Lounge.